I am excited to talk to you all today about the University of Chicago. And I want to start off with some really fun facts that I use in trivia games. So a couple of things you might not know. University of Chicago is home to a lot of really cool firsts. One of my favorites, the very first Department of Sociology was created at the University of Chicago. Very first self-sustaining nuclear chain reaction also happened at the University of Chicago. If you've seen Oppenheimer, that might have been a giveaway. But third, you might not think about the very first Heisman Trophy here at the University of Chicago. So we're known for a lot of firsts, but I want to talk also a little bit about the environment that we offer here and what's available for students. We are that, what I like to call, kind of like we live within 3 layers, I think is a really good way to think about it. We are a liberal arts college, but we are within a much larger research institution in the 3rd largest city in the United States. So you have a little bit of the best of all these worlds kind of in Hyde Park in the city of Chicago. So right around 7,000 students, this is big enough that you are going to recognize a lot of people, but also still be meeting new people pretty much every day. So it's a really good combination of, I like to say, medium size. We do have a core curriculum, so that is a really important part of our dedication to the liberal arts. That is our heart and soul, being that core curriculum. So when I say we are a liberal arts college within that larger research institution, it is absolutely true. There is only one undergraduate college at the University of Chicago, the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Everyone is going to be applying to that same place, and everyone's going to start at the same point in this core curriculum. Now, the core is designed to introduce you to a really wide variety of different areas, different academic areas like the humanities and civilizations, but also biological sciences, physical sciences, social sciences, math, foreign languages. We really want you to have a broad base. This is the liberal part of the liberal arts, is to start broad before you narrow yourself down. Also means when you apply, you are not applying directly to a major or to a program. Everyone's going to apply to the college, and then you declare your major a little bit later on. So you're going to declare your major usually right around the end of your 2nd or the beginning of your 3rd year. You have lots of options when it does come to majors and minors. We have about 100 different academic programs, and you can combine them however you would like, right? You could double major, you can triple major, you can add a minor, you can double minor. As long as you can fit it into 4 years, our philosophy is go for it. Actually, our curriculum is set up so that you can very easily double or technically triple major if you wanted to do that. So the way that our curriculum is set up is over 4 years, 1/3 of your classes will be in that core curriculum I mentioned. That's really your foundation, the place where you start. 1/3 of your classes will be in your major, whatever that ends up being, and 1/3 of your classes are set aside as elective classes. That last 1/3 of classes, you can take whatever classes you want, also a very convenient built-in double major if you wanted to use it. So you have lots of options. We want you to be able to really explore all of those options first, especially through the core, and then decide a little bit later on what you want to focus on for your majors. We think it's also really important that you be able to do something with your education. We're going to talk a lot about how we support students, all of our different institutions, how we support students, not just getting into college and not just finding that major, but then also finding your career, finding your path, figuring out how you're going to use your education. At the University of Chicago, our career services are really important for that. And the way that it works here is we have these careers in programs. So a careers in program, it's not a major and it's not an academic area. Think of it as like a pre-professional extracurricular is a really good way to think of it. So you can join one or more than one of any of these careers in programs, and it does not matter what your major is. It does not matter where you are in your college process. You can start joining these right away as soon as you arrive on campus. You can wait a couple years and see what you really want to do. But what these do is they connect you with specialized advisors who are professionals who have worked in these industries before. They're going to connect you with internship opportunities, externship opportunities, career fairs, networking, mentorship, the whole 9 yards. And this is a really important part of that, being within a much larger research institution and being within the third largest city in Chicago, we want to be able to use a lot of those resources so that students can experience what they might want to do. They build some of those really important skill sets and they start building those resumes and networks earlier because of these sorts of programs. So we want to give you the opportunity to try some stuff out. Build that resume, build that network, and we are really proud of this. On graduation day this past year, 99% of our students who were graduating either had a full-time job offer in hand or had been accepted into graduate school. So the idea is to get a great liberal arts education and then go use it. We do also really think that college is an important social experience, right? You're going to meet an amazing number of students from all over the world. One way that we make that a little more accessible is through our housing system. So the way that housing works at the University of Chicago is that we have different residence halls, but they're all broken down into smaller units called houses. For us, a house is about 80 to 100 students, and it is designed to be a microcosm of the university as a whole. So you're going to get upperclassmen, underclassmen, different years, different regions, different interests, all living in that house together. You have this built-in social network that you walk into. These are people who are going to help you learn how to navigate the city. They're going to help you learn how to navigate campus. They are really there to be your 24/7 support system. I think a lot of us did go to college quite a ways away from home. This sort of support system is incredibly helpful for adapting. I'm not going to lie, coming from Georgia to Chicago, I had never experienced a real winter. I had never taken public transportation. There were a lot of learning curves. There was a lot of things that I wanted and needed to learn. And the people to show me how to do that were the people that I was living with. They were the people who took me shopping for my first winter coats. These were the people who were really there for me for the big stuff and the little stuff. So those sorts of support systems are the kinds of things that we're talking about today. And the things that you can start researching as a student, since I know a lot of you are 11th, 10th, 9th grade, start thinking about how you find this information and how schools talk about this information. In addition to housing, which is required for all students for their first 2 years, and it is guaranteed all 4 years for students, we have more than 450 different student organizations. So ways to find your people, find your community. Everything you've got in high school, I promise we've got it in college, and then we've got it in spades. We've got lots of options for students in every area, whether it's the arts or athletics, community service, fashion, in every area. There is a club for you. And then I don't want to leave out the city of Chicago, right? That's that third layer. We are a liberal arts college within a much larger research institution within the third largest city in the United States. So I think that is a really important part of the experience for students. We want you to get out there. You get every quarter, you get 7 free Lyft rides. So 7 free rides that you can use for whatever you want. Most students honestly use it for grocery shopping because you don't want to carry those groceries around, but you get free Lyft rides, you get free access to every bus and train in the city of Chicago through the UPass program, free access to most of the museums downtown, through the Arts Pass program, discounted tickets to the Bears, the Bulls, the Blackhawks, the White Sox, the Cubs. You are living in a world-class city. Go take advantage of it. We also want to subsidize a lot of those activities for you, make it accessible for everyone, and then also introduce you to how to access those sorts of things. So how to take public transportation. We have an entire week for students on campus before classes start called Orientation Week, where we walk through all the different pieces of learning how to navigate a new city, and then learning how to navigate all the resources that the university offers. Finally, very quickly, because we are going to talk about all of our different financial aid policies as institutions as well, we guarantee to cover 100% of demonstrated need. We are a need-blind institution, and we are a loan-free institution. So this past year, 94% of students graduated without any sort of student loan debt. Well, we really want to set you up for success. And going to college does not mean necessarily that you have to take out student loans or that there is debt. A lot of our schools have specific financial aid policies when it comes to need-based financial aid or merit scholarships that are designed to make college really affordable. That is one reason a lot of these schools came together as Star Schools, is because we know that we can offer you as students a lot of really important supports financially, academically, socially, because we are committed to doing right by our rural and small town students out there.